Let's talk about entering data on the Outlier database. So to get to the data entry page, you're going to click this button here, and you can see we have footage and study resources available to enter. To give you a better idea of what a study resource is and what footage is, let's go over to the search page. So if we click footage, all of the footage that we enter is going to be automatically applied #footage. And this is going to be rolling footage or competition footage, basically jujitsu in action. It's not teaching. Whereas if we get rid of footage and we click resource, this is going to be more instructional type content, people teaching jujitsu, talking about jujitsu on podcasts, that type of thing. So when we're entering resources, if we're entering either rolling footage or competition footage, it's going to be in this category. And if we're entering in a podcast or someone teaching jujitsu that we want to reference later on, that would be considered a study resource. But something important to note here is we're not entering any paid links. So you can't enter any, Fanatics instructionals that are paid or Submeta or any of these paid platforms are not going to be available here. And same thing with footage. You can't enter like flow grappling matches. We need those to be on YouTube, at least for now. Maybe in the future that'll change, but that is our current state. For the first part of this video, we're going to do footage. So let's navigate over to YouTube, and you can see we're on the flow grappling page. And for this example, let's enter Marigali's training footage here. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this YouTube link, and we're going to paste it here. Now, the date auto-populates, but we need to populate the player names. So for this, we can go back and enter Nicholas Marigali. And because I'm not really sure who he's training against in this footage, I'm going to leave player 2 blank. And now we can select the sport. So for this, it's going to be no gi. But if you're interested in entering gi matches, judo, wrestling, MMA, it's all here and available for you to enter. But for this example, we're going to select no gi, and we're going to click next. And that takes us to this page here where we can watch the video and start to create timestamps. Now let's say the first timestamp we want to enter starts here at 1:11. So we would just go 1:11. And then we could watch what happens. And we can see it ends at 1:22. So we put the end time there. And now we are going to write a note describing what happened and providing whatever insights you might have that would be helpful for you to reference later on, and will also be available for others to study as well. So to save time, I wrote this out from the back. Marigali takes a cross grip and uses the straight jacket system to trap the arm. He enters a rear top lock before switching hips to finish the rear triangle. And you can see now we have suggested hashtags pop up. So these suggested hashtags are based off of the note you've written. And these automatic hashtags are applied based on the previous screen. So because we're entering footage and the player 1 was Nicholas Marigali and the sport was no gi jiu-jitsu, these hashtags are automatically applied. And now we can add additional hashtags to reference later on and to find easily. So for this example, we'll add rear triangle, we'll add rear top lock, maybe we'll add back. And you can see as I'm typing in here, the hashtags that we already have in the system are popping up below. So we can select arm trap, and maybe we want to say straight jacket. Yeah, straight jacket's in there. But if straight jacket wasn't in here, I could type it out and then click add, and it would add a new hashtag to our system. But because it's here, I'm just going to click straight jacket, and let's add some Japanese words for fun. Let's add triangle. Let's add submission. Maybe let's add triangle submission as well. So now I think that's pretty thorough. Hashtags, you don't need to go too crazy or anything. Whatever you think would make this easy for yourself to find later on. And then we get to the point where we can start to add resources that would help people develop the skill from this highlight that you've created. So here we can expand so we can get a bit more information about it. So this seems like it would be a good resource to link here. So we can add that one, and you can see it pops up here. And if we wanted to take it off, we take it off. But we'll add it, and then maybe we can do this one as well. And now we can scroll down and we can save that highlight. So now if I scroll down, you can see the highlight that I've entered is down here, and I can continue watching this video and entering additional highlights. So to keep this video short and sweet, I went ahead and watched the rest of this video and entered the timestamps that I thought would be helpful for me to reference later on from my study or my YouTube videos. And you can see this is the one that we entered together. So at any point when entering data on this page, you can click the timestamp that you've entered, and it will take you to the page that is displaying all the information for everyone to see. So you can see the note we wrote, you can see all the hashtags, the resources that we've connected to it. And this is where you can like, comment, share, or save to your folder. So maybe we can like this one and save it to our folder. So if we navigate back, we can hop into our folder and it's here for us to access easily. We can also edit it. So if for whatever reason we see that this says takedown, we can get rid of that one and switch it to triangle like it should be. We can also add, hashtags, like maybe we want to add cross grip because he used a cross grip to trap the arm. Maybe we want to add underhook because he's on the underhook side from the back. And yeah, it looks good to me. So we can submit the changes. And that is the basics behind the data entry process for footage. So now let's hop in and start to look at how to enter a study resource. So let's hop back over to YouTube and see if we can find some instructional type content to enter. So let's say we're interested in entering this video here. Again, we'd copy the link, paste it here, and you can see the title and the instructor is auto-populated. For this scenario, the instructor is actually Giancarlo. So we'll go ahead and switch that. And again, we add the sport here. So now the auto hashtags that get applied should be Giancarlo, no-gi, and resource. So if we click next, we can start watching this video here and entering in our timestamps. So let's say the first timestamp we want to enter here is at 1:30. And for this, you don't need a ending timestamp. The optional things here are volume and chapter. And then you add your note. There we go. So now we can see the auto hashtags are resource, no-gi, and Giancarlo. And here are the recommended hashtags that we can apply based on the note here. So let's go ahead and add straight ankle. Let's go ahead and add shin on shin. Let's go ahead and fix this typo. Let's go ahead and add butterfly ashi. We'll add backside. We'll add aoki. And you can even add, more general stuff like, leg entanglement, whatever you want to do, add it. And again, if the hashtag doesn't exist, you can always add new hashtags to the database, whatever you think is going to help yourself find what you're looking for later on. Now, again, we can scroll down and we can see some recommended sequences to add to this. So if we wanted to add this sequence, we could add it. We could even, expand to get more of a description on what's happening here. So we can add that. And then now we can save the highlight. So again, you can see the one that I've entered is down here now, and I could always click that to be taken to the view page where I can like, share, comment, edit, see the sequence that I linked with this resource. And yep, that's the basics of the data entry system. And just to show you how we kind of added a way to make sure there weren't so many duplicates. We don't want people entering the same stuff if it's already in the database. So let's say we're interested in going back here and entering maybe, let's see, say we want to enter this anaconda video here. So what we can do is we can copy the link, paste it. And again, this is John's as the instructor. And we go Nogi and we click next, you can see this resource already exists. So we can go to that existing entry, and now we can see all the notes that have been taken for that entry. And if there's something we want to add, we can go ahead and add the highlight here. So yeah, that's the basics behind it. The same thing is true for footage. If you enter a link and some players and it already exists, it'll take you to that existing one. And for, our example in this, I entered Marigali's training footage, but, you could always enter your own training footage as long as it's on YouTube. You have a link to put here. You can enter your own training footage. You can also enter professional grappling as well, as long as it's on YouTube and it's not on a paid service like Flow Grappling or UFC Fight Pass. So hopefully you enjoyed this data entry process. For me, it's really allowed me to take notes that I can easily access later on and really improve the efficiency of my study time. And if you're someone who really likes to study and take notes, I think this will really enhance your ability to do so. If you have any questions, just reach out to me on Discord, Instagram, email, whatever your preferred method of communication is, and I look forward to hearing from you.